back to the Social View. I'm Christina Wagner, and in studio we've got Principal Dunbar, we've got Brandon, we've got Kevin, and we are having a lot of fun learning about Arizona Collegiate High School. You know, during our break, I was telling Brandon what a great radio voice he has, and maybe while you're going to school, you do some voice work. I'm just saying, something to consider. Remember, anything's a possibility.
Anyone out there listening, feel free to get in touch with us, and we'll get you in touch with him.
There you go. All right. Kevin, what is high school life like at this school? Just paint a picture for me.
We get to school. We greet the teachers that are there. We can hang out in their rooms. If we have a question for them, they'll answer it to the best of their ability, or they'll try to find the answer for you. Then after that, or actually we have a breakfast, and it's I think it's free, right, Mr. Dunbar?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And after that, we'll get into schoolwork. We'll go to our classrooms. We'll grab our laptop and sit down and proceed with our classwork. When we are given a project, we are allowed to, most of the time, work with students and collaborate, get together, and talk about what we need to talk about. Like, for example, me and a couple of friends were in honors project, and one day we decided to bring some donuts in, and we were just kind of talking about the topic and eating donuts while we were there. And the teacher had noticed us, and she's like, "Wow, you guys are like college ready." And we're like, "Wow, thanks." But let's see. Yeah, I think that's kind of what happens in the classrooms.
Do you have anything to add to that, Brandon? And if you don't, it's okay.
I don't think there's really all that much to add. Being in the classroom, you get a really familiar ambiance, and everything's all connected. Everyone talks to each other, everything.
I really just wanted everyone to hear your voice again. You have this great booming voice. I just wanted everyone to hear it again. All right, so Principal Dunbar.
Yes.
How did you get involved with this school? What's your background prior? Because have you always been a principal?
No.
What did you do before this?
No, I had to earn some stripes along the way. So about a decade ago, I started teaching as a science teacher, actually. I got a degree in kinesiology from ASU, which is basically the study of the body in motion, physiology, biomechanics, those kind of things. So I really, started going down a scientific pathway. I wanted to go work for Gatorade or go work for Nike or the Olympic Committee. But things happen. I met a beautiful woman, and kind of the rest is history. So I was going to stay here in Phoenix now, and so I started looking at my opportunities here, and education was just a natural fit. I love working with kids. They really energize me. I still consider myself a kid, as you've seen me clowning around this whole time. So going in, I tried going into high school, and I started teaching science, and I just fell in love with the whole thing. I taught chemistry, biology, physical science, really the whole thing. And just from there, I really started to see the potential that schools could have on the greater scale. I started seeing the connection to the community. I started seeing the type of students we were churning out, and whether or not they were college or career ready, trying to give students all the opportunities in the world that can lead to a better functioning environment that we all live in. And so to affect that on a larger level, I wanted a little bit more. I was starting to think outside my four walls, and so looking at administration was something that was very appealing to me. So after I put in about 3 years of teaching, I went into administration, and I was a vice principal, but I had a great experience there. Fast forwarding just a little bit, I ended up leaving that position and going to work for the Arizona State Board for Charter Schools. One of the things about charter schools in general is that there's a separate governmental agency that regulates and oversees all the charter schools to ensure that they're actually doing what they say they're going to do. Because charter schools really are designed to fill a niche and to do better than the local community district schools. That's why they were created. So you have some schools that are all about fine arts. You have some schools that are all about back to basics, just traditional, no nonsense. You have some schools that are actually created on athletics and showing the connection there and allowing the students to be able to do that. There's online schools. There's all kinds of different charter schools designed to fill a specific niche. So I got the great opportunity working for them as an academic program specialist to travel the state and get into hundreds of different charter schools. Right now there's, I don't know the exact number, but there's probably around 520 charter schools in the state, serving about one out of every 10 students in Arizona attends a charter school.
Wow. So I would imagine that experience of going to all those different schools, you were able to see what worked, what didn't work, and then take the cream of the crop.
Exactly. I'm one of those people that there's no one right way to do something, but there's a million wrong ways to do it. And so traveling the state and seeing all those different schools really showed me that and taught me a lot about what doesn't work in education. And personally for me, what happened was as a state representative, we weren't allowed to put out a plan or say do this, this, and this. And that was very restricting for me because I'm, as you can see, a person who rolls up his sleeves and gets to work with the people. So I ended up leaving and I started my own business, my own academic consulting business. And so I had clients all over the state. And I had a lot of clients in Tucson, which is where Pima Prevention Partnership is. And our superintendent, I had a relationship with him, Mr. Harry Kressler, a fantastic leader in his community, and forged a relationship there and started working with his schools down there. And then he started telling me about this project, how he wanted to open a school up in Phoenix. And since I live up in this area, it just kind of took off from there. And we, like you mentioned, we opened for the first time last year, had some success, but we're not happy with that. We're ramping things up. We're tightening down some of the screws and really putting together a program that we think is going to give us long-term success.
And you have, I have to say, as I'm listening to this, I'm really curious. I want to see what the school looks like. So is there an opportunity for me to see what the school looks like?
Absolutely. On Tuesday, we are having our last open house of the summer, in which we invite everybody to come on down, because we really think you have to see it to believe it. Because, we're talking about all these things, and people are probably like, how does this even work?
Right.
I mean, you're talking about computers and smart boards in every single room. You're talking about projectors, digital cameras, online textbooks. Like, how does that look?
And I'm a visual person. I think seeing it is always better. So Tuesday night, what time?
Tuesday night from 5 to 7.
Okay.
We're having remote broadcasts from local radio shows. We're having, we provide food to everybody. We have lots of staff on hand to give tours and answer any questions. And if you can't make it to the open house, we're accepting enrollment all the time. We're filling up quickly. We have about 220 students right now. We're trying to get to around 250. So if you're interested, come on down at any time, but certainly on Tuesday will be a great experience.
And I want to share the website. The website is achseagles.us. The phone number 623-498-8200. If you go to the Social View page, I've shared that website for you. So if you're driving in your car and you're trying to jot that down, it's okay. It's there. And if you missed any of this show, or if you thought, I really want to share this show with a friend or a family member that this might be a good fit for, after the show's over, within a couple hours, I'll have the whole show up on the page, the Social View. So everyone will be able to check that out. Thank you all for coming and joining me today and sharing with all of our listeners your view of what this school is like. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Christina. We enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I want you to check back with me. I want to hear how you're doing and how college is for you. Will you do that?
Yes.
On the air?
Definitely do that.
On the air?
On the air?
Yes?
Sure, why not?
On the air. Awesome. All right, if you're looking for something to do tonight, the Paradise Republican Women's Club has the GOP Candidate Forum Meet and Greet, which is from 5 o'clock to 7 at Scottsdale Plaza Resort. The link to that will be on my website. And from way back in the day, one of my friends' band is going to be playing at the Woodshed. It's a little hole in the wall bar in the East Valley. And if you'd like to come check that out, do. Stay tuned, because the next show up is Patrick Melson, and he has the Conservative Barbie on his show, which I'm really curious to see what that's about. It's a good show. It's interesting. It's engaging. Also on the page, the social view, I've shared a link to the Olympics. I want to hear from you. What did you think about the opening ceremony? I have to tell you, I loved it. I've been reading some of the reviews online, and it seems like, some people didn't like it, some people did like it. I loved it. I loved the tradition of it. I loved the torch ceremony. I loved seeing Muhammad Ali, be a part of the flag ceremony. So I thought it was amazing. I also only tuned into the last 15 minutes of it, so maybe that's why my view of it was different. I don't know. But go to the page, the social view.
6 hours long?
Yeah, I just caught 15 minutes of it. Give me the Cliff Notes version. I want to see the end. Next week, we are going to be talking about legal issues regarding your social media. So if you're one of those that, you're putting pictures up, you're doing contests on your page, there's some legal ramifications that you might not be considering. I have a legal expert that's going to be on the show. We're going to talk about that. Your business, your social interaction, it's huge, it's important. Go to the page, the social view, and let me know what you think. Otherwise, it's just my view, and I want your view. I'm Christina Wagner. This is The Social View. You've been listening on NBC 1260, and I'll see you next week.
Take this pink ribbon off my eyes. I'm exposed, and it's not